everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Dunbar Dog Diaries. Today I am going to attempt to teach Knox or introduce Knox, I should say, to staying on her bed as a placement command. And there are a lot of steps in this particular exercise, as there are with many of the exercises that we do, but I'm hoping to introduce her to the idea of staying on the mat and hanging out. So let's see how that goes. Okay, hello. Let's see. We're going to start by teaching Knox to go to her bed and then hopefully to stay on it until released. The idea here is that the bed becomes a transportable, invisible crate or containment system, if you will. She is going to doesn't have to stay in a down or anything on the bed. She can move around the bed. I just want her to stay on it until released. So we need, I think, three things here. We need a go to the bed, then we need a stay on the bed boundary training session, and then we need a release that she understands so she knows when she can get off of the bed. What are you doing, kid? What are you doing? So we're going to start by, I have her on leash for this to keep her again in our filming area and also to keep her on task. She's a little excited today. Gotta get my hand full of treats, and here we go. Get a few. I'm gonna start by tossing the food to the bed, and the toss will become a point, which will become a hand signal. So, ready, Knox? I'm gonna show her that I've got something fun and delicious, woo, 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 and toss to the bed. Good. And right now it's just going to the bed and orienting to it from various places. So, oops, bounced it off. It's nice to have a bed that has some really thick boundaries, like this big fluffy bed here, or one of those hard kind of canvas canopy beds. Good girl. Come on, let's get you all the way on the bed if we can. Helps if you know how to throw things. I'm not a very good thrower, tosser. Okay, so she's taking her treats and she's going to the bed. Now I think I can get her to do that pretty reliably, so I will add my cue, which will be, go to bed or bed. Just bed in this case. Ready? Come here, Rox. Come here. Bed. Toss. And to the bed. You want to say your word before you make your action, your motion, so that the word becomes the predictor for the next thing that's coming, which is the toss, so that you can eventually fade the toss, and because she'll react when she hears the word. Bed. Good. Bed. Good girl. She's avoiding putting all her feet on it. I'll fix that in a minute. Bed. Good. I'm going to move a little bit so she doesn't get stuck in one orientation. Bed. Good girl. Now you can see when I say bed, she's not moving over towards the bed yet in anticipation, so she does not have the verbal at all yet. Bed. Pardon me. Ready? Bed. Good girl. All right, I'm gonna mix it up for a minute and we're going to get her onto the bed all the way. Bed. Oops, toss it or drop a treat, as it were. It's funny, it's like she doesn't want to step on it. Come on, you need to get on the bed, Missy. Come on, get on the bed. Well, this could become a training session on how not to get your dog to go onto a bed. Come on, good girl. It's funny, she doesn't like it. Weird. Come here. Good girl. Maybe she just thought it was something she should avoid, like furniture. Good girl, come on. Get on it. Get on the bed. Gonna help her a little bit with a little leash pressure. Tiniest bit. And then just reward her when she gets on it. Oh, look how soft that is. So I gave her a tiny bit of leash pressure there. Most people won't have that problem. I've never had that problem before. But, I'm not gonna force her or scare her, but I feel like she just maybe thought she was supposed to stay off of it. And I had to get her on to reward her. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm not asking her to lie down. She just is, maybe because it's so puffy. I kind of want to get her up And I'm going to just keep her on the bed with the slightest bit of leash pressure if she tries to, and body blocking, if she tries to get off until I release her. But it'd be nice if she would just kind of trace the edges and stay with me. Nope, nope, nope. Come on. Get back on. Okay, I'm going a little too fast, so I'm just going to reinforce her for being on the bed a little bit more before I really tell her she has to stay on it. Just want a little bit more of a reinforcement history with being on the bed. Again, she can be in any position there. And I didn't ask her to stay, and she doesn't know the rules yet, so fine that she gets off. We'll just start over. Bed. Good. Now that time I just pointed and didn't throw the treat, and then rewarded her for getting on. So we're already fading the lure a bit. Bed. Good girl. Stay on there. There we go. Good. Look at that. So she can be in a sit, she can be in a stand, she can spin around a bit. It's not a formal stay. It's a, hey, go to your bed. I'm going to watch a movie, or I need you to go to your bed. Bed. Well, I answer the door, or while we eat dinner. And so she doesn't have to be in a formal stay where she's at attention and waiting. She can chill out, relax, roll over. Just want her to stay on it. Good girl. Free. She was going to break anyway there. I was trying to introduce Free. I got it in just in the nick of time. Means nothing to her yet, but it will eventually. Bed. Come on. It's okay to use your body language to move. I'm using body language more than leash pressure to get her on the bed. And I haven't really needed much leash pressure to keep her on it either. Just frequent reinforcement as I move around. It's kind of an informal stay. Free. And then I, pat my leg to get her to come off, because she doesn't really know free yet what that means either. I don't reward Free with food. This is a duration behavior. I want her to stay on the bed, and I want the better rewards to come on the bed and then not come when she comes off the bed. As I always say, when I say free, the reward is sweet freedom. So let's go. Are you ready? Let's try it again. Bed. Come on. We're kind of adding a lot of lessons into one here. Like I said, there's targeting the bed as a landing pad, and then there's staying on the bed, and then there's free. These are three different things. And we're moving pretty, nope, come on, nope. Now, I don't reward her for that one because she just broke. I now want to kind of have her understand that she needs to stay on there. So I don't reward her for getting back on the bed, but I will reward her for duration once she's back on there. Nope. Now she thinks that the reward means she can leave. I may have to up my rate of reinforcement for a little while, which I would normally do better, but again, I'm talking to you at the same time. And so, because she thinks that the reward means it's over, because we've always used the yes and, as a free kind of an end of exercise. So instead I'll say good, nice calm good, and reward. Good. This is her duration reward here. Good girl. Good girl. Free. Nice. That was beautiful right there. Okay, so she's kind of getting the idea. Oh, I've got stuff all over me. Kind of getting the idea that the bed is the place to be, the place for reinforcement. And that's nice to see. Ready? Bed. No, not just sit. We gotta go to your bed. See, she's a little weak on this piece of the puzzle yet. Good girl. And again, I kind of like to just reward her in different positions if I can, so she doesn't think I have to sit, or think that, oh, I'm just doing a sit. I'm trying to get her to stand up or lie down or flop over or do something else. There you go. So she realizes she can do other things as long as she stays on there. So, good. A little slow there. I wanted to get her while she was standing. I think this bed is quite floppy for her. A harder surface might be easier. Good girl. Good girl. I'm trying to get her to move one more time, but to stay on there. Come on. Good. I mean, she spun her butt around. It's interesting. Good girl. I'm going to move away a little bit. Nope. And then just put her back on as necessary. start. Nope, nope, nope. Come on. Back, back, back. She needs to screw up a few times and make these mistakes in order to understand what the parameters of the exercise are. So you do need to, good girl, you do need to kind of help her mess up, if you will, a few times so that you can then say, no, no, that part was wrong, this part was right. It helps kind of make that a little clearer. So, and also you want to be able to act natural at some point, right? Like, okay, I put you on your bed and I'm now going to turn around and go answer the door. So body language that you use is going to matter, because if you only ever practice facing her and and then when you need it in real life, of course you're going to turn away and go do something or just walk away. If she's never seen that picture, she won't understand. She'll think that the exercise is over and try to follow you. So I'm purposely trying to slowly move away a little bit. Good. And this is, in a sense, it's beginning stay work. I do like to do this before I do formal stay work. It's also just very useful in the house. Good girl. Free. There you go. All right, so that's what we got today. I would like to, maybe in some follow-up, show you her targeting the bed from different positions, different angles, and greater distance. But I don't know that we're going to get that in the amount of time that we've got for today. So we'll do some follow-up video. Anyway, I think that was a nice first lesson. This is going to be very useful for her in her potential new home. I want to give her skills that are going to help her succeed and learn how to be a polite canine citizen in her new home. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Okay, well, that kind of started out in an interesting fashion. A little awkward at the beginning. I specifically chose that puffy bed because I thought it would be attractive to her, yet being so thick, it also had like a nice edge to it. And I thought, okay, that's going to be something very clear to her. She can stay on that. If I used a yoga mat and it's this thin, she may not know the difference between being on the mat versus the floor. Might not be enough of a distinction. Eventually, you can teach them that. And of course, they can learn, texturally what is different. But I thought a nice fluffy edged bed will make it easy. I often do use, like I said, the kind of the canopy beds, like Kuranda beds that are raised and made of, I don't know what they're made of, but they're also really easy to distinguish that you're not on the floor anymore. But she doesn't like that kind of bed, so I thought, oh, a nice puffy cloud. And she was a little weird about it. You probably won't have that experience, but I'm glad you got to see that, if your dog is funny about the footing of the bed, you have two options. You power through and teach them to love that, or you can change to a bed, maybe like an orthopedic mat bed or something would be an easier beginning. So that was kind of funny. But she did adapt, and she did like to flop onto it, and that kind of made her stick to the bed once she did get used to the idea of climbing on top of it. So again, as I mentioned in the filming, in the video, that it's really nice to have a location placement command where you can have an invisible containment system for your dog and tell them, go to your place and stay there until you're released. But, hang out. You don't have to stay at attention. This isn't a formal downstay. The idea that it's a mat or a bed is nice because A, it's comfortable, B, it has that delineation of, it's not just on the floor somewhere, and it's portable. You can move that bed from room to room. You could have multiple similar beds in various rooms. It can go with you to a hotel or to visit other people. So it's a really useful skill, and I do want Knox to find a home where she can kind of hang out with the family without having to be fully contained or separated when they don't have time to attend to her 100%. So this is going to be useful. We have a ways to go. I definitely want her to target it from a distance in the future and from different rooms. And then I do want to also introduce other beds and other surfaces, so it's not just that one specific bed that she learns to go to. I want her to have some flexibility. But I'm pleased with how we started, and it was kind of fun to do. And go ahead and give that a try yourself, and we'll follow up in another episode. Thanks.